Alright, YouTube land, this is Captain Pat back again with another cooking episode. Today I'm gonna get you in on some hamburgers. Had a little bit of ground beef left. Probably gonna do a Smashburger. Don't have any buns, and like I said, I'm an opportunistic cook. Come right along with me. Alright, starting off, got a little bit of marinade, okay? Got your regular ingredients, salt, pepper, and a little bit of Creole seasoning. This Moore's is pretty strong stuff. It's about the equivalent of Dale sauce. So we're just going to give it a little douse in there. Not too much, okay? You want to go with your Creole seasoning. I'd say a regular amount. Alright, give yourself some salt. Salt's a little bit stuck together in there. Beef's not like fish where you don't have to put much seasoning on it. You got to put a good bit of seasoning on beef to make it actually give it some flavor. Now, we've added, this is a half of a chopped onion in here, softening it up. Just wanted to show you a little bit. This is what I would usually make a hamburger out of. That might be, I don't know, a quarter pound or so. I like to make thick hamburgers, but with the Smashburgers, because we're using regular bread, we're just going to split that, the size of 2 hamburgers, into thirds, okay? We're going to go about right there, okay? Make sure you stay on the onions and stir them up regularly, okay? We're going to let these soften up, and then we're going to put them in those burgers. We're going to mix it in the ground beef. So what I'm doing here is I'm scooping that into the ground beef just to kind of cool it off. Alright, that ground beef is cold. So I'm going to put it right there in the middle, and then I'm going to fold it on top of there, so when I go to mix that stuff up, I don't burn the fool out of my hand, because this stuff's hot. Get that stuff nice and cool in there. Now I'll let that sit for a little bit. I'll let that sit on top of that ground beef for a little bit, so that I say, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, just so I didn't reach in there and burn the crap out of my hand, okay? Now what I'm gonna do, that added, so I had a half of an onion sitting in the fridge. I bought the onions, so it's like, hey, I might as well use them, okay? Try not to be lazy and you know, be diligent with what God's given me, and that is onions. Alright, now I'm going to take a third, make me a burger, plop it in there. A third, a third, a third. It's going to be an onion heavy one, this last one. If you are one that does not like onions, I would challenge you to cut those onions up fine, and then do what I've done on these last 2 cooking videos. One of them's called Honest Tacos. This one, the Smashburger one. It takes the texture out of the onions, and pretty much all you get is the flavor. I did it to my brother, who doesn't like onions, and he didn't even know that they were in there. So that's one of the things I like about making these videos, is the kind of accountability. You can't be a slob at the same time. But One of the other advantages of adding those onions is that I don't have to have as much ground beef. It's adding some substance to the meat, so I'm getting a little bit more food, I guess. It kind of it makes it go a little bit longer. You can do the same thing. A lot of times I pair them together with peppers. Sometimes I get a little bit lazy and I don't want to cut up peppers and onions. But with any meat, with any burgers, steaks, chicken, any kind of meat that I'm cooking, my goal is to flip it as little as possible. The last thing I want to do is expend more effort and make my meat taste worse by just sitting there flipping it. Another reason for that is that I don't want it coming apart. Okay, I want that stuff to be good and firm on the bottom side before I flip it. I only want to flip it one time. Same thing with a steak. My dad always said that it kept the juices inside the meat. So, yeah. Alright, y'all, while we're waiting on those to cook, I want to show y'all what I came home to. I was working, I was fishing. I'm a fishing guide, and then I came home to these right here. These little baby puppies. These little babies. This one right here, I held for about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and she wasn't breathing, and she wasn't breathing or moving, and I gave her CPR, what little I knew, you know, just barely squeeze them and barely blow some breath in their mouth and in their nose, and she started moving and kicking and breathing. I prayed to the Lord, Lord, please put life in this dog. And now she's the most vocal one. She keeps on. But I want to show you this. This is right now. There's 10 males and 3 females. This is the second litter I've had where it was big time. I had a 9 male, 2 female. Riley is mama dog named Leah. I named her after Leah in the Old Testament, Jacob's wife. And she has many sons. But here is, I want to give you all a little contrast. This is one of the healthy males, healthy boy dogs. That's what they look like then. Okay, now I want to give you a contrast. This is the finished product. This is a 1.5-year-old male. His name's Sam. He's one of the only ones that I kept. Or no, he is the only one that I kept. I prayed and prayed and prayed for a yellow lab, and this is what the Lord gave me. Little bitty white hairs right there on his chest, and a little bit on the inside of his thigh there. There's the finished product. All right, let's get back to cooking. All right, these got a little bit crispy while I was showing you all the dogs, but that's just fine. We like a little char on there. That's what my dad would say when he would burn stuff. He'd say, "You like a little bit of char on there." Alright, y'all, the bread that I had in the pantry was some sweet Hawaiian bread. I had a little bit of extra sharp cheddar, sliced cheese, so we're going to try our best not to break that apart. Put it on now. I did wash my hands, by the way. Got a little bit of, I think there's a little bit of mold in there. But I don't know if y'all know about cheese much, but mold is not an uncommon thing. A little bit on the end. We're just going to break that part off. Not going to the store and not throwing it away, so. Alright. Sam can have the rest of it. He doesn't mind a little bit of mold on there. See what I'm talking about right here at the top? Some mold on there, gonna break that off. Alright. Little slice of cheese. I'm gonna try my best to surround this burger in this cheese. I wanna press it down a little bit right in now. Okay. Yeah, I did wash my hands, by the way, after handling those dogs. Alright, now, I turned that heat down. I turned it down, you know, almost to low. Now we're just going to set it right in there, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of grease, but hopefully it'll soak it up. We're going to make it fit. Okay. Now we frying, we cooking. That's two things my dog really like, and those are expired dairy products, okay? So I got the moldy cheese, but old Champ, if I get any sour milk, he loves that stuff. I don't keep it in there if it's a month long, you know, but if it's a little bit too sour for me to drink, it's all his. So now we're gonna see how Sam does. Screw-ma'am. Oh yeah, come on now. Oh man, it's a little bit rich. That's that extra sharp, dude. Skirmy. I'm gonna go ahead and press that down pretty good. I didn't turn it down, or I turned it down a little bit too much. You don't want to turn it down a whole lot, but you do want to turn it down from, I guess, frying temperature. Same deal here. I only want to try to flip it one time, but if I got to do it more than one, hey, whatever. Hey, no, that was just right. That was just right. A fella named Dawson Brinkley came down to our beach house and did this one time. Gonna smash that thing in there. This is 100% vegan, 100% organic, very, very healthy. That's what I love. I love telling those my fishing clients, especially when the bugs are bad, I'll hand them some bug spray. I'll give them some of that off, extra deep, smells like DDT or come out of Borneo or something, and I'll hand it to them. I'll be like, it's organic. Alright, so we got our finished product on the Smashburger. I'll go ahead and give you a little insight on there. We'll go see what that other side looks like too while we're at it. Come on now, come on now. Gonna burn my hand. Here we go. Kind of a rough cut, but there's your inside. Both sides. Charred Smashburger. Alright, y'all, let's do a little taste test, y'all. That's really good. Personally, I'm going to put some ketchup on it. Dip it in that ketchup, maybe a little bit of mustard.